Manchester City women in that regard, but they can end the campaign with a win here against Aston Villa. It has finished Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 2. Elsewhere at Old Trafford, Manchester United 0, Chelsea 6. Final thoughts from the 2016 title winner, former Manchester City and England goalkeeper Karen Bardsley. Karen, it just wasn't to be in that regard. The title, City looking for a first since 2016, but it ends with Chelsea lifting the trophy for a 5th consecutive season. So full credit to Chelsea, but at least Gareth Taylor's side can finish on a high with 3 points here at Villa Park.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's disappointing, obviously, to go down to the wire like this and not come out on top. But I think there's so many positives to take from this season. The way the team is built, the way it's grown. It's very exciting, looking forward to next season. You know, if you think about considering we finished last year 4th without Champions League. Now we've got Champions League qualifications. We've got Kiara Keating, who's obviously 19 and got a bright future ahead of her, Golden Glove winner. You know, you think about this time last year, I think she'd just finished playing at loan for Coventry. You know, now she's burst onto the scene here and done very, very well. So there's lots to look forward to for next year, and the girls should be very, very proud of themselves in the way that they played this year. Yeah, and the reality of the situation for Steph Horton finally sinking in here. I think there is some tears about Steph Horton, but at least Manchester City can sign off with a victory. It is their 8th straight on the road as we hand you back to the studio, and it has finished. In the FA Women's Super League full-time here at Villa Park, it has finished. Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 2. Let's send you back to the studio.
Welcome back to Matchday Live. So City beat Villa on the last day of the WSL season, but sadly it was not enough. So congratulations to Chelsea for winning the WSL again. So what an incredibly, incredibly tight season. I'm still joined by Michael and by Tash. I mean, when you look at the table, 22 games played, obviously at the end of the season. Chelsea and City both finish on 55 points. Both teams drawing once and only losing 3 games out of 22. Losing 3 games out of 22 and you don't win the league. It just feels very, very cruel. But it went down to goal difference. Chelsea ended up absolutely thumping Manchester United at Old Trafford. We all had some sort of molecule of hope that it wouldn't be that way, but Chelsea ended up on 53 and City ended up on 46. So we would have needed another 7 goals in this game. It ended up just being a little stretch too far. But it's been a phenomenal season, Michael, to finish second, to secure Champions League football for next season, to take it down to the last day. I imagine this is exactly what Gareth is saying to them now. They should be proud of themselves. I
think that's what he will be stressing. He'll be understanding where things just didn't get right over the line. But, you know, they've come a long way. I think they've got better and better, the squad. There'll be a little bit of a reshuffle, we know that. But I think that's what he'll be saying to him now. We really appreciate the work, the detail that's gone into it, the team spirit as well. But it's a hard one to take, isn't it, when you just don't get what you maybe deserve. A couple of moments in one game that change everything, and I think that's something that's harder to take as well. You've come so far, but you've got to build on it. You've got to go away. You've got to reflect on the situation, and then have an enjoyable summer wherever you possibly can, and come back fighting, come back ready to go. That's what happens pre-season. On you go, and you take these types of moments. I think they make you stronger. I think they make you more experienced, and hopefully now with some of the youngsters in the team, that's going to be the case now that City are going to be right at the top now, winning titles for the next few seasons.
You're so right, because the moments that stick out in my mind, Tash, the last 10 minutes of the Arsenal game at home, and I'm still not over, and I jokingly say this to Gareth and to Steph all the time, I'm still not over the Chelsea game at home when we went down to 9-8 when they took, because we had Alana Kennedy off the pitch because she'd had treatment that she didn't want. I'm still not over that Lauren Hemp sending off. I'm still not over the Alex Greenwood sending off. I'm not over that game. Yeah. If that game had been different, or if we'd held on for the 10 minutes in Arsenal, but they're the fine margins we're talking about this season.
Yeah, and I think today's game was probably a little bit more irrelevant compared to the Arsenal game. I think the Arsenal game, they just didn't need to lose. They could have got a draw. And then today, we could have been celebrating the league. So I think this will be a learning curve, but a massive positive. Still got Champions League football. I mean, who doesn't want to play Champions League football? Huge positive. So for me, there's a lot to build on, but I think it's very clear how Chelsea still had a backup number 9 that was able to still score goals when their first choice was out with an ACL, whereas I think that's what City will be probably looking to build on is, can we have another player that's just as good as Bunny Shaw to potentially maybe get us over the line in future. So I think there's still a lot to build on. Definitely bringing Sean Gorter in as the forwards coach, massive step in the right way for me, in my opinion. I mean, he's one of the greats. So
the banter might have dropped a little bit in the dressing room when Sean goes around, but apart from that, he's a lovely guy, and he's Sean. So
I think
so friendly, and he'll be working as hard as he can, still learning in that coaching role. Good additions. That's what he brings to the coaching staff. Obviously, getting stronger. Yeah. Everything about them seems to be getting better and better. Doesn't it? I think that's the development.
We're both on the same page. I think you can definitely see where City are heading, which is potentially, even brighter than what we've seen this season.
I love the mention of Sean Goethe because I know how humble he will be and he won't accept it. And obviously Bunny's had an incredible season. Yeah. Sean, he will not accept any praise for how good Bunny has done, but she has just done incredible this season. So huge congratulations to Bunny Shaw, of course, winning the Football Writers Player of the Year and also WSL Player of the Year as well. It's absolutely clear, and won the Golden Boot. Bunny Shaw, 21 goals. Clear of anybody else. I think Lauren James finished on... I don't know who got the goals in the Chelsea game today, to be fair, but she's still clear of everybody. 21 goals. She's missed the last 3 or 4.
Well, 2, wasn't it?
So it was, yes. So that'll have been...
3, Bristol, Arsenal, and then today.
So that would have been 18, 19 games.
Yeah.
21 goals. Decent ratio.
Yeah, very good. And you're saying Sean Goethe won't take any accolades. He'll sort of say, I contributed. I helped her along the way. That's what he'll be saying, that. But it's important, isn't it, that you've got somebody to work with you, to make you understand what's right, the positional sense. I think, again, a lot of things for me is, there's young coaches or coaches who are still wanting to help wherever possible. But with Sean Goethe, he stood in that position. So that's a totally different side to a coach who actually be able to PowerPoint, be able to show, to plan sessions in different ways. Sean can go and stand in these areas and just give you those little bits of tips, and I feel like certainly helped the game.
So Golden Boot for Bunny, and we also have a Golden Glove Award as well for Kiara Keating. So 9 clean sheets. I mean, a brilliant breakthrough season for her, Golden Glove winner in the WSL. It really has been a real breakout season for her where she's become the club's undisputed number 1.
Yeah, and I was saying to Michael before, the only reason she got put in goal was because 2 of City's main goalkeepers at the time got injured. So she was almost third choice. And then she's just done really well ever since. And I think she's just developed her game. Don't get me wrong, I think there's still areas for her to develop. I think at times she's still quite young and naive. But, I mean, what is she, 19 years old?
Yeah, young, 20 at the max, yeah.
Like, she's got so much more to learn. And the fact that the season that they've all had this season just goes to show that how quick she's developed in one season. And it's credit to her, because I'm sure with Chris, the goalkeeper coach, she hasn't had an easy ride. So.
One thing I love so much about her is she just seems to love football. Whenever I've seen her around, whenever we've been doing pitch side things and she's come over, she has the biggest smile. She seems to be joking and laughing with everybody. A love of the game seems to really be at her core, which is probably why it's played a big part into why she's done so well.
I bet she has at this age. She probably thinks her development wouldn't have gone so quickly. Yeah. So obviously she was enjoying every single day, thinking, is this real? Obviously getting awards, enjoying every single day in training. She seemed to be, like I said to you, I was at the training ground yesterday, she seemed to be enjoying the training session, set piece, organised, very switched on, very focused. But yeah, it's a great achievement, isn't it, to get that award so early on in your career. You can only build from it now. We might have a real star for the future at that age, being able to pull that off. And full credit, and you need that bit of luck. You know, sometimes a little bit of a disagreement or an injury comes in and the manager just throws you in, and you've got to take these chances. Any youngster watching at times, you know, you be ready every single day, every single week, and it just comes your way, and then you get those rewards.
19 years old, turns 20 next month. Wow, what a career Kiara Keating has ahead of her. So huge congratulations to Kiara Keating, and of course to Bunny Shaw, and to the whole City team, Gareth Taylor, all of his coaching staff, to finish second, to lose out on the title on the last day of the season, on goal difference, to have secured Champions League football for next year, to there be individual awards all over the place, and to be widely recognised as playing the best football in the league this season. It has been a huge plus, and I'm already excited. I'm already excited for next season. Really looking forward to seeing what this group can achieve next season. And of course, Chelsea with no Emma Hayes. So it's a whole new...
Win-win.
Yes, a whole new world out there. But of course, that is the end of the WSL season, but it's not the end of the Premier League season yet, because the Premier League season will finish tomorrow. City take on West Ham, knowing a win will secure them the Premier League title for the 4th year in a row. The first time that will ever have been done in the history of the Premier League. So, how's the nerves, Brownie?
Stop it. Don't keep saying everything. It sounds a little bit overconfident. I know it's there. It's more of just the hope, isn't it? This group of players, the supporters, the staff, the level what everybody's gone to, they certainly deserve this. It is almost an award, isn't it? You know, for another title, another record. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a little bit tense. They're playing with real confidence and focus. And I mentioned it a few times this week on different broadcast things that I've done. I was pitch side at Fulham and Spurs, really close to the action, and I just watched the mentality. So it's not about being relaxed the day before, but when it comes to game time, they just seem to be on it. Every little bit of the finishing, the little possessions, and then they just had this line before they had the sprints and this focus, this understanding as if to say it's here, it's now. We can set records now, and we have to make sure we give every single thing. And they found something in the tank, didn't they, against Spurs? To get over the line. The great story, the save from Stefan Ortega on Son as he goes through, which set the scene really, really nicely. But now, if you'd have said, wouldn't you, in that position, at home, to go and do 4 in a row, the Etihad's going to be absolutely buzzing, covering it so much on the channel as well, and it's just going to be a really, really good day. However it comes, please make sure at the final whistle, we're all on the pitch, we're all around, we're all enjoying and watching the players, the delight and the supporters in the stands. And these young children will never forget these type of moments.
I just really would like, Tash, a couple of early goals just to settle everybody's nerves, like so that there's no tension.
Let's do it like Aston Villa.
No, I do not want a QPR or an Aston Villa. Absolutely not. I want a 6-0 thumping where we're all partying in the stands.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. If they could do that in the first 30 minutes, brilliant. We can all chill, relax and start singing Champions again. But I just can't see David Moyes wanting to roll over. I think they'll make it tough. But I think, like Michael said, he knows it better than me, the mentality that these boys have, the willingness to not only demolish the league, but to break a record as well. Yeah, I just think they're a bit of a mentality monster, aren't they?
Yeah, what a moment, do you know, to set the record.
Yeah.
They are there, right within touching distance, and they've got to deliver. But, you know, football can be cruel, and you have to realise you have to earn it. You have to make sure you go and take those opportunities, take the chances, and go for it really, really early. And I'm sure they'll have the full control. David Moyes will be trying to do everything he can, try and put that block in. And they've got players who can be dangerous, we know that. At the top of the pitch for them, a bit of inconsistency with West Ham, and I'm just looking forward to the day and hope it's a special moment. We've had so many recently, haven't we? We've been spoilt, and if this would be a one, you would say this is a one you really need to take. Completely
agree. And of course, Matchday Live will be showing you everything we can, as always. So FG will be hosting the show tomorrow. We're getting him doing some proper work for once, and he'll be alongside Jolien Lescott, Neda Manua, and hopefully Steph Horton, because I imagine she will be celebrating a wonderful career this evening. So Matchday Live will be with you pre-match, half-time and full-time as always tomorrow. cannot wait.
There'll be a bit of commentary as well, won't they? Have
Are you
forgot
on?
that?
Oh, are you on comms?
Oh, thank you very much.
Are you on comms
You know, it's
tomorrow?
so important.
I didn't
Myself
even
and
know.
Alistair Mann on commentary.
Oh, it's Alistair
Why aren't we
Mann.
mentioning the commentary now?
I was about to mention
Thank
the
you.
commentary
Of course
to
you are,
say
yeah.
Alistair Mann's 500th game commentating on a Manchester City men's game tomorrow. And so obviously we thought, how can we treat that and celebrate him? So we thought, Michael Brown, that is his present from us.
Yeah, he's
So-
had the short straw for his big day.
Brownie's on co-cons, which of course you'll get on the Manchester City app, as you always do. So thank you very much for joining us on Matchday Live today, where City have beaten Villa, but have just come a little bit short of that WSL title this year. We are still immensely proud of Gareth Taylor and his team and everything they have done, and of course for Steph as well. Tash, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
If we
you
don't
very
see
much.
you again yet, have an
Hopefully.
incredible wedding
Oh, thank
in
you.
August. I don't
Michael
know if
might be there.
Yes, Michael has
invite.
invited himself. Brownie,
I'll send you a
see you
picture.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, mate. And thank you very much to all of you. We will see you tomorrow for Matchday Live. Sleep well tonight, Blues. Sleep well. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We'll see you tomorrow.
The City in the Community prize draw.
There are signed shirts, cash prizes and more.
You could have the chance to win big.
Support City in the Community for £5 per month.
Our charity continues to empower healthier lives through football.
Let's club together.
Enter now for a chance to win.